When it comes to live streaming, you want to make sure that your equipment is fully capable of everything that you need to have a successful live stream, and that includes simulcasting, having guests on, screen sharing, and customized branding, which is why I love Restream. Now, I am new to this program and I am blown away by all the really great features, and a little birdie tells me there's some new ones down the line that I'm very excited about. So let's take a look at how you can be using this to leverage inside of your business and grow your community online. And if you want to check out the program or to follow along, you can hit up our free trial down below. Today's video is sponsored by Restream, so I got some goodies for you. Now inside of your studio, you are going to see that you have a number of different options. You can stream directly inside of their studio through your browser. You can also use something like OBS to stream. You do have the ability to stream a pre-recorded video file, which is a total game changer. And you can schedule your event, which is going to make all the difference for your marketing, because you can then send out the direct link to people to come and join you, so they already know when you're going live, where you're going live, all the good details, but you've got that direct link to it. And you can record offline, so this is done inside of their studio, so you can access that video file without having to stream to the public, so that you can repurpose it later on or test things out. Now down below that, you are going to notice you have the ability to edit your destinations. You can see I've already got a couple of them in here, and you can toggle those on and off to decide where you want to be going live with, but you can also add in destinations like LinkedIn, like Twitch, like Periscope. So they've got a lot of different options for you, and you can simulcast to all of these different platforms. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click on Studio and take a look at a couple of their really great features that I am very excited about, and is going to make a big difference for you as you are working inside of your live streaming as well. So if you take a look over at the left side of the screen, you're going to see where your camera is. If you do not have this set up already, you do have the ability to add that in so that you can be on screen. You can also see this is the location where you're going to have your guests, the screens that you're sharing, and the different assets that you're going to be putting on your live stream. You have the ability to do up to 10 guests, so you can have people waiting and then up on screen with you. And if you need more than 10, you're just going to have to space it out. So have your first person on and then have them leave the studio so that you can bring in an extra person and just rotate as you go. You're going to notice you can control volume, which I am so excited about. So if you're struggling to hear somebody, or if you need to turn them down because they're a little on the loud side, you have the ability to do that right here. You can toggle people on and off your screen simply by grabbing this little blue button, and when they're taken off screen, they are put into this grayscale format, so you know when people are and are not on screen. We're going to go ahead and put me back on there, and if you look up a little bit higher, you're going to notice my name here. This is something that I put in and you can add in too. You're going to just click on those little three buttons there, and you can click on edit name, at which point you're going to put their first and last name or whatever it is that they go by. And I recommend having in their title as well. Try not to go too long. You don't want it to like take up a ton of the screen, especially if there's a lot of people on screen, but you do want to kind of let people know why they're going to be listening to that particular person. So for me, I've got my title here, or one of my titles here, and I am going to click on save, and you're going to see how that's displayed. Now we're going to be able to take that off in just a second, but we'll get there. So you're going to be able to do that, and if you need to change things or fix typos as you go, again, you're just clicking on those three little dots and you're good to go. You can also change their avatar if you need to. So if you have pictures of them that you need to use, this is the way to do that. Now, if we are going to keep going with this thought process, we're going to take a look right down here, because you can see we've got different layouts here. Now, right now, I only have me on screen, so when I click on these, you're not going to be able to see them in exactly the way that they're going to be doing it. But you can see how we have different assets here, and you can kind of see it's going to pull back on some of these and show the backgrounds. We're going to talk about backgrounds in just a second. So we are going to continue to work with this. Looking down below, you have the ability to mute and unmute yourself. You can turn your camera on and off. You do have the ability to screen share. So if you are screen sharing, you have the ability to do your entire screen. So that's a lot of inception going on here, picture in picture. You can also click on window and pull up a specific window that you would like to share. You can also pull up a Chrome tab and you'll be good to go. And if you need to share audio on it, you're just going to toggle on with that little button right there. So then at that point, you're just going to click share and you will be good to go. And that will be up in your assets, and you can then add it to your screen. Now, we are going to continue on because we have the ability to add our guests here. You can have up to 10 guests, as I mentioned, and all you do is click on that little box on box to copy your link. Your link is permanent, but if you need a new one, you just click the refresh button. So this is actually really nice because if you have reoccurring guests, you will need to send the link once and not every single week as you're doing your show. So you can just create that, or if you want to have people from your audience join you, because sometimes you just want people to come up and talk in the moment, you can actually drop it into the chat box and they will be able to access your live stream and they will show up and you will have the ability to then put them up on screen. Moving on, we have this nice little plus button, which is our source type. So you can pull up local videos, you can pull up those third-party tools like Zoom or OBS. You also have the ability, and I'm so excited about this one, background music, and we're actually doing a dedicated video on this. I am so excited, so hit the subscribe and notification bell because I'm going to show you exactly how this works and best practices for this. You do not want to miss out on this one. It's gonna be good. This is a game changer, so stay tuned for that, but just know they're in beta for background music, which is royalty free, and you're able to play on your live streams. I'm excited. Now, if we are going to take a look at the right side of the screen here, you will see where you've got your brand settings, and it automatically goes to graphics so that you can customize your branding, which I love. So you have the ability to change your theme here. You can pick whichever look works best for you. So they've got a couple of different ways of doing this, and you can change your primary color. So you're just gonna click on that little color and you're gonna be able to slide your slider and change this to whatever color works best for your live stream. We're gonna call that a day. You also have the ability to put in that customized color there. So if you have very specific colors for your branding, this is the place. This is the only color you can control as of right now, but you've got that primary color in there and you're good to go. Now you can toggle things on like your default graphics, your non-video participants. You can automatically screen share, and you can toggle on and off your participants' names. This is what we're talking about before. You can remove those or add them on at any point. And always remember, if you've got a typo or if you need to change something or you need to change your title a little bit, you have the ability to do it. Just click on those three little dots over there and you'll be good to go. Moving down from here, you also have the ability to add in a logo. So this is going to go in the top right-hand corner of your live stream screen. And you want to keep in mind, if you've got a light background like I do, you're going to want to have some type of shadow here, or you're going to want to put a background on your logo so that it's easily seen. Just keep that in mind, and I do recommend uploading several logos in light, in dark, and with a solid background. So no matter what you are doing or where you're streaming from or whose camera is going to be over in this corner, you have the ability to change that logo if you want a logo on there. Now, if you don't want your logo on there, all you have to do is tap on it and it will remove that from your screen, and you can use what I typically do is an overlay. So if I want my logo there, I typically don't use logo. I typically implement it into my overlay. So let's go ahead and tap on one of these, and you can see they've got a couple of pre-designed things here to give you some ideas. You are welcome to use those, or you can upload your own. This is going to be a PNG file so that it is a transparent background. And if you need help with that, you should hit the subscribe and notification bell, because I'm actually going to be showing you how to create these background overlays and these really cool animated and automated moving frames that you can be using on your streams. So that's actually going to be over on the Livestream Action Plan YouTube channel, which is brand new. We just launched it, and it's dedicated solely to live streaming. So make sure you go give a follow over there as well, because we're going to be giving you even more tutorials on how to use Restream and how to use all of the really cool assets for live streaming to grow your brand through live streaming over there. So make sure you give it a follow, and make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell here for more tips and tricks on live streaming and all the social platforms. Now, they do have other options for you as well that you can use. Again, you can toggle those on and off, or you can upload your own. You're just going to click on that little plus button and be able to put in your own overlays and backgrounds and video clips and all those great things. Now, they do have some video clips here for you. A lot of these are really great because they've got cool things here. Ooh, and music involved with it as well. I was looking at before the really cool countdowns. So we have the ability to do those countdowns as well. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to turn that off so that you can hear me. And we are also going to be able to then do backgrounds. So the video clips are automatically played over top of you. You are not seen when those are playing. Backgrounds go behind you. So I'm going to click on that one, and then I'm going to change my layout just so you can see what the backgrounds look like. They do have a row of animated backgrounds, which is something you can upload as well, or you have stationary backgrounds that are just those solid colors. So whatever works best for your branding, you can also, if you look down at the bottom, upload your own assets, which is my favorite part of this. I love uploading and creating my own assets to go with my branding. And you see how all of those really great things work. But we're not done yet, because we know that as we're live streaming, we also get people commenting and interacting with us. So back up to the top here on the right-hand side, you're going to notice where your graphics were. You can then click on captions. Captions are where you are going to be able to put your own words on screen, and chat is going to be where people are writing in. So taking a look at this, you can see with your captions, this is kind of like a running agenda or a topics list. Anything that you are going to be putting on as you are live is going to then go right here. Let me go ahead and show you this one. I typed this in earlier as I was testing it, and all you have to do is type in what you want. So looking down below, it says primary text. This is the main text here. This is your main point. You have something additional that you want to say with it, so add-on comments you can put right in there. You're just going to click add caption, and at that point you're just going to be able to click on show, and it will put it right there on your screen. Again, don't go too long on these because you don't want anything cropped off. You don't want it taking up a ton of your screen, so keep these nice and short. These are your main talking points, and remember, you do not have to show everything you put in here on your screen. I frequently use my agenda points or my captions for notes for myself, and when I do that, all I do is I add in a couple of little stars, or I use the number 888 or something to indicate this is not to go on screen, and I will say tell them XYZ. So this is just where I'm reminding myself to do this. Now, if I am creating this list of captions and talking points and it gets a little out of order, all I have to do is grab onto that box and I can drag and drop wherever I need that to go, so you can see how that kind of works. So it has that main talking point and your sub-talking point if that is something that you want, and you can, if you just have the one, it just goes on just like that, so you can see how that looks for you as you are doing your live streaming. Now, once you're done with setting your agendas and you've got all that ready, which by the way, you should set up before you go live, have all of those things ready, but if you need to in the moment, you can actually click on it and change any typos, or you can add in extra things to put up, so if something comes up in conversation, like a guest mentions the link that you want to show, you can actually type that in and you're good to go. So once you're ready with those, you have the ability to put those on and off, take them on and off of your screen. If you ever need to hide it, you just click on it again and it hides it right from that stream. You also have the ability to click on the three little dots to edit or to remove entirely from your list. So let's say you've got your pre-decided topics and you need something this particular week, you can delete that and not have to worry about that again. Now, clicking over to the chat box, this is where comments come in from people. So as people are writing in on YouTube and on Facebook and all those really great platforms, you can just click on it and it's going to show it right here on screen. So it will say who is sending those comments in and what they have said as well. When you're done with it, you're just going to click the hide button and you're good to go. If, however, you want that chat overlay, you can actually just put it right there and show just like this. So you've got that chat overlay. Those can always be coming in on your chat, and you've got your comments right here as well. You can toggle that on and off. You need to type anything in. Here's your space down at the bottom below. You have the ability to say where you want this to come from, and you can send in your messages right there. But we're not done in terms of messages. If you need to discuss something with someone who is joining you on your live stream, a guest, you're going to look at the bottom left-hand side where you see private chat. Inside of private chat, you can talk privately to guests and your viewers will not see it. So this is just a running chat with anybody who's inside of your studio, and they have the ability to see those and send you messages. If you do not want to say something on air, if you want to give a warning, if you want to give a reminder, if you want to let people know who's next on screen, this is the place to do all of that. But you will notice there's another chat box on this screen down in the corner here. This is your support chat conversations. So if you run into problems, you can search their articles here. You can also send them a message. So if you have questions in general, search their articles. You can talk to me, you can ask questions, all the good things. But if you need immediate help, you are on air, something's going wrong, something is not working, you need to talk to their support team. They're inside of your system, I'm not, and you need to be able to tell them what's going on. So send them a message. You're just going to click on that little message button, and they've got some suggestions here in case you need any of those, but you're just going to type in everything you need. I recommend giving them as much information as possible. So if something's not working right, you need to tell them what's happening, what the reaction in the system is. Like, give them as much information as possible. It's going to get them to be able to help you as best as possible and move forward with your live streams. Now, we do need to talk about our chat locations. So if you have not set them beforehand, if you have not scheduled it beforehand, you can go up to the top of your screen here where it says your title and it says your go live button. So this is your go live button. Once you have everything ready to go live. You can have your guests in to talk early, so you can have people here and chat with them before you click the go live button, which totally works. I always have meetings with my people beforehand, and I talk with them once we're off air as well. We do have the ability to click that go live button when we're ready. Now, you do have the ability to change and edit your details. So you always want to make sure you put a really good, strong title in here, and you do your title research. We've got videos on that. You can check those out. You can ask questions about that, all the good things. But you want to make sure you've got a really good SEO-friendly, strong title that people are going to be searching later on, because a lot of this goes into replay mode where you're going to get a ton of views. You also need to make sure you've got a description in there, and we know that there are best practices for different platforms. So YouTube's going to be a little different than Facebook and all the things. So where is your primary goal with this? Where's your replay going to be? That's what you should be focused on, and it's probably going to be YouTube for most of you. So you're going to have your description in here, and remember, each platform does have a limited number of characters. So if you're scheduling something like this, put something short in first and then go put the longer caption in later if you need to. Always remember to include the hashtags, especially on YouTube. You get up to 3 of those, so you want to make sure you're leveraging those to be found both for your scheduled live stream and for your replay of your live stream. You can also set the content type, and this does not go for all of the different platforms you can stream on, but it is always good to set it, and it will go kicked out to the ones that it matters for. So once you're ready with your streaming, you do have the ability to then set your destination, so you can toggle things on and off. If you have a different YouTube channel you need to connect to, you can go ahead and do that. You can add in your destinations here. Remember, we've got all of these really great options. They've got a ton of them. There's like 30 of them that you can access through here. So this is really great for your simulcasting needs as you are live streaming. And once you're ready, once you are all ready to go, when you've got everything set, you've done your mic check and your camera check and all the good things, you're happy with your branding, you can then click your go live button and go live so that you can communicate with your fans, with your followers, with the people who are interacting with you. And again, you always want to make sure that you are setting up consistent live streams. You're building community with these. Your entire goal with your live stream is to start conversation and build community. So as you are doing this, make sure you are teaching people how to show up and engage with you on your live stream. Now, if you really want to level up your live streaming, you want to make sure that you're following us here on this channel, but also our brand new Livestream Action Plan YouTube channel, where we're narrowing down our discussion to really help you grow and facilitate your conversation and your community through your live streaming. So you'll still get some really great live stream content here on this platform as we are talking about expanding what you're doing on social media to create more profit inside of your business through your smart social media marketing. But we're also leveling up and narrowing down our conversation over on the Livestream Action Plan page. So make sure you give it a follow, because I'm doing more tutorials on how to be using Restream inside of your live streaming to take it to the next level, and you do not want to miss out on this one. So I'll see you in the next video.